Hello, my name is Philip Chadwick, editor of Packaging News, and welcome to our almost monthly editorial video. I'm here at Packaging Innovations at the NEC Birmingham. This year's show has been dominated by sustainability. Whether it's the plastics packaging debate, food on the go, or the recycling of coffee cups, sustainability has really been at the heart of what everyone's been talking about. Since the government's 25-year environmental plan, much discussion and debate has been had as to what direction the industry needs to go. There's a debate as to whether or not reductions in plastic packaging will lead to more food waste, and debate as to whether or not it will have unintended consequences. There's been plenty of discussion here, and we've spoken to a few people to find out more about this issue.
Plastics are amazing things, and in fact, if you were to look at what plastics are good for, they're very good for food packaging, and they do a wonderful job. Food packaging is a solution to a problem, and that problem is food waste. So food packaging, although it's being seen as the devil and the enemy, food packaging actually is the friend. It's a solution to reduce the amount of food waste. The problem we're getting to now is really disposal of plastics and so on. So there are alternatives coming through. Now, in many cases, they're still not as good as plastic. There's some applications which you would say are the easy end of packaging, where you don't need very long shelf life, you don't need very good gas barriers and so on, in which case there are direct alternatives. When you get to some of the applications where you're dealing with very long shelf life and really very sophisticated packaging technology, biopolymers and these other technologies, they're not quite there yet. The next issue perhaps might be not the capabilities of those technologies, more the volume in which we can make them to supply them to the market. We've been in this business for 15 years, pretty much when we were founded. We started on sustainable packaging. We were looking at particularly at compostability and recyclability of materials, so we did a lot of work in some of the early work on new compostable biomaterials. We developed a really good range of products for all sorts of packaging applications, films and absorbent pads and boards and so on. What we found was that people love the products, they absolutely love the products, but they said to us the market's not ready yet. And now it's come back with an absolute vengeance, and we're there on the blocks ready with all the products that everyone's looking for.
Clearly, single-use plastics remain an issue if they're not disposed of in an appropriate manner. James Cropper have been making wonderful coloured papers for 172 years in the Lake District, and we've been supplying those into packaging for much of that time. And what we've found is that while the paper is a great outer packaging, the need to carry a product within the packaging often requires a shape that's been difficult to achieve in high quality in anything other than plastic. Colourform is our plastic-free packaging solution. We've taken our material we use for making paper, we offer the full range of colours as we do with our papers, but we provide shape as well. So the Colourform product allows you to complement a recyclable, renewable, sustainable outer packaging with a shaped inner packaging.
As everybody knows, cartons is a real eco industry. We recycle, we use virgin board, it's all FSC, and it's a great industry to be in. But I think we can do better. It's going to be really exciting, and I think we're going to be seeing lots and lots of new materials to work with our suppliers over the next few months.
We're constantly looking for something different. So we're looking at inks that are more environmentally friendly. We're looking at recycled papers rather than virgin papers. Where we've had plastic fitments in our boxes, our customers are asking us to look for alternatives. We're trying to find cardboard alternatives to vacuum formings for toiletries, cosmetics, in perfume specifically.
In terms of film and foil as a substrate supplier, we sit right at the centre of this debate. Our responsibility is bringing substrates to market that are not just functional, but they respond to the environmental needs of the industry as well as the application. There's been a massive development of flexible packaging films over the last 5 years. We do packaging audits for customers, and over a 3-year period, we've got a calculatable reduction on core customers' usage by 97 tonnes over 3 years. What's happening today is some of the work that was done 3, 4, 5 years ago on environmental films like oxy-biodegradable, some of the compostable films are actually now being taken more seriously. The commercial restrictions of the past are not the first port of call. It's an exciting time for us as a supplier. It gives us the opportunity to technically work with people and also find ways to improve their production processing, reduce flexible packaging, and reintroduce some of those environmental film options.
The great thing about Recup is it's an example for the entire industry that innovation can be the way to find ways to improve end of life for packaging. Paper cups have become a galvanizing center focus with the public over the overall discussion of sustainability, and with that there is expectation, can we make an improvement there? Both government and the public are pressuring to basically see some improvement in sustainability and single-use packaging. The UK, Australia and Ireland we see as at the forefront of addressing this issue, and largely it's because the public has been educated about the challenges of what's happening with sustainable packaging. There's an education of the public that has to occur, which creates the galvanizing force for pushing for innovation and change and more sustainable packaging.